Right then, let's make a river bowl. Right then, on the lathe I've got a piece of tiger wood. That's 16 by 3. When you're doing a river bowl, right, try and avoid using 2 different pieces of wood. If you can get the same piece, split it and turn it, you have a better you'll get a better colour match, right? And try and avoid a straight cut, right? If you get a piece that kind of has a natural slant in the edge or something like that, put the 2 slants together, right? That piece had a natural slant, so what I've done is I've cut it in half. It was a long piece with one side was slanted, cut it in half, flipped it over and joined the 2 pieces that way, right? It just looks better, right? As I said, it's all natural edge all along there and along here, so it should look good. Now, a question I get asked a lot is, where do I get my colours for my resin in Ireland? Right, the answer is here, right? It's a place called Cosmetic Pigments. He's on Etsy, they're on Instagram. I normally buy through their eBay shop. They're very, very good. They have a vast selection of colours. Their prices are fantastic and the delivery is like lightning. If I order kind of today, I will either have it tomorrow or the next day. Right, so if you're looking for mica powders, this is the place to go if you're in Ireland. Yeah, they also do worldwide delivery, but I know especially the guys in Ireland are having a problem getting stuff. So if you're looking for, as I said, mica powder colours, this is the place to go. Right, now I'll stick his sticker up on my sticker board when I've done this. Now then, first thing I'm going to do is round this off. So we'll get on with that. Right, I'll be holding this with a mortise. So we stick that in. Right then, here we get the shape in this thing. I'm going to go for a classic bowl with a very slight foot in it. Oops, I'm still set for the skew. I need to drop down. Forgot to put my mask on. A little dusty, I think I need to clean that. Right, this piece of tiger wood is quite dusty, so I'm going to put a face mask on. Right then. Speed up a little bit, yeah, fine. Yeah, that's cutting nicely. Yeah, it's got nice and clean. I don't want to establish where the foot's going. Which is about there. So now I want to select it. I want to cut into that now so I can help them with the shape. If you get the bottom of your bowl established shape-wise, it helps a lot with the wall shape because you know what you have to work to then. Sharpen this. Cut on that resin is nice and clean. Yeah. Right, let me just shape that a little bit. Let me get the sand up. There's a couple of tool marks in that, but hands are not behaving today, so there'll be a bit of sanding involved in this one. Now I deliberately don't want to blend that foot in this time. I want a sharp foot there. I have to come with a little bit more just there. Yeah, I got it. Right, we're setting that. As I said, hands are not behaving today. So there's going to be a bit of sanding involved in this. So we'll be back when that's done. Right then, I'm not finished yet with it. It's down as far as the Yorkshire grit. Now I said this in the my finishing video. For those who've seen it, for anybody who hasn't seen it would be interested, I'll put a link up there and I'll put a link in the description. because there's resin in this, I'm going to use the Yorkshire Grit microfine on it as well. Right, so I just jumped in to tell you what I was doing there. Right, so I'll do this and then I'll wax it and I'll be back then. Right, just buffing the hamster chain glass off. And looking at this, I don't know if I could actually class this one as tiger. I think I would class it more as just a straight acacia, because I don't think the stripes are dark enough in it to actually class it as tiger wood. As I said, this took a bit more sanding than usual because the Lyme disease is kicking a bit today and my hands aren't working right. If you ever are sanding resin and you do have to sand it a fair bit, try and stay away from 80 grit and such, because you'll never get the marks out. It's a pain. Trust me, I learned that one the hard way. So I actually started sanding on this at 150. It took a bit of extra time, but there are no scratches in the resin. Right. So there we go. That's the outside of it done. Right. You see what I mean though? The stripes are not dark enough to class it as tiger. So this is probably just a straight acacia. It's quite pretty. Right, we'll flip it over and do the other side. So I'll be back when I flip it. Right then, we're flipped over, and we'll just face it off and we go from there. I'll check I'm getting a clean cut. I'm not. Have to go again. There are a couple of cuts on that, I'd say. Right, so we'll put a fresh edge on this. Check the edge again, am I getting a clean cut? No, just there, I'm not. Nearly. One more should do it. Let's get a little bit closer. There. There's one little spot that's a little out, which is just there. be it. Yeah, I got it. Right then. Out of the way. Right, should be just a simple hollowing job now. I'm going to put a mask on because, as I said, this is quite dusty. Right then, there's the hollow one done. Nice and clean. Nice and crisp on that resin. Right. Now we'll just sand off. And I'll be back then. Okay, and we're back. Just buffing the wax off. If you're going to try this technique of a river bowl, now these are kind of what's in my head about it. Forget about grain match. You're not going to get it. So don't even try. Just let the grain do the talking. The only way to get a grain match is if you get a big blank and cut it in half. But the way I look at that is, if you have a big natural, why would you cut it in half? Right? As I said, this works well on, say, if you have a piece that's about this wide but is long, right? If you cut it in half that way and just flip it back on itself, the important thing is that the colours on both sides are the same. As I said, that's in my head. What this kind of technique can be used for is a segmented bowl. If you have lots of pieces, you could use the colour of the resin to tie it all together. Right, that works. I wouldn't do just two halves of a bowl in different woods. I've tried it, it just doesn't look right. As I said, the thing not to be going crazy on though is the grain match, because you're just not going to get it. Right. Now the colour I've used on this is the, I can't remember if I said this already, it's the denim blue from it's the denim blue from Cosmetic Pigments. Right, I'll put links below to all their stuff, of course. And that's what we like with the Brexit thing coming in. The Irish wood turners and woodworkers are finding it hard to get stuff. So if we find somewhere in Ireland that does supply the stuff we need, share it around so that everybody knows. Right, so let's have a look at this thing. And there we have it, an acacia river bowl. Right, I think that turned out quite pretty, actually. And I do like the contrast between the two sides. Like as I said, this is actually the same piece of wood, but cut and flipped over. But I actually do like the contrast in that, but the colours match. And I did get kind of a grain match, just there, there, and there. Right, but as I said, I wasn't looking for it, it was a fluke. But if you enjoyed that one, if you wouldn't mind liking the video, I'll put up some stills at the end, and I'll see you in the next one.